If you're a heating and air conditioning technician or even a salesperson, what do you need to know about questions from your potential clients, and why does it matter? This is a fantastic question. I'm Scott Bell, coming to you live from Haleiwa, Oahu, on a perfect day to talk about sales and business, and a fantastic day to talk about you. Okay, so here's the thing. Couple things about me, and this is pertinent to people that you meet with, and then there's going to be the opposite of me. Me, I don't like long, drawn-out stories. I don't like people who are like, we're going to wander through the woods, or I need you to identify a bunch of information and then categorize for it and put it all in information for me. Like, to me, that's not anything that I want to deal with. But here's the thing. Sometimes you meet with a buyer that is the absolute kryptonite to me and just has tons of questions, okay? So some people in my mind are ask holes, A-S-K-H-O-L-E-S, ask hole. And sometimes they just ask to ask. So there's a good question that I learned from Tony Robbins. Are you asking to ask, or do you really want to know? And some people are, I'm asking to ask. And some people say, I really want to know. And some people have like the engineer mindset, and they really need to know everything. And so what you need to know is, if this gets under your skin and this is annoying to you, you can absolutely positively lose a deal, right? So I'm going to give you a personal example from my life. There's a person in my life that if I tell them a story, they ask me questions that I have no idea about, and I have no idea how they come up with the questions, and it frustrates me, right? So like, hey, I was out in Hawaii and I went to the beach. Well, who else was there? Don't know. I was there by myself. Well, what were they doing? They were playing on the beach. Well, did they have their family with them? Like, I don't know. And then like for me, it starts putting me under pressure. I'm like, why are you asking me all these questions? I feel like I told you, I went to the beach by myself. So what happens in my life, and this can ruin your sales process, is like, I went to the beach. I didn't see anybody that I know. I didn't talk to anybody. I didn't interact. I don't know why they were there. And the person in my life will get upset. They're like, why are you doing this to me? Why are you telling me the story? Because inevitably you're going to ask me questions that I don't know the answer to. Now, what you end up doing is modifying your sales process when you've worked with one of these people. And I don't mean this in a negative way. When you've worked with one of these people who ask a ton of questions, you will change your sales process to be like, I don't ever want that again. I don't want that to happen. And so you can create your own form of sales sabotage. And be aware that I have created a ton of sales sabotage in my life. And I want to give you an advance warning so that when people ask you a ton of questions, if you are similar to me, where you're like, please, for the love of everything, make the bad woman stop. Please, for the love of everything, make the bad man stop. I don't know the answer to these questions. I don't know who planted the tree over there, or who built the house behind me on Haleiwa Beach Park Road, or when they pulled out the golf course here. I don't know the answer to those questions. I don't know why you're asking me. I'm not a trivia expert. I don't need to know these things. See, like, I get agitated. You can do this in your sales presentation too. Now, here's the thing. If you want to be better at sales, you want to be good at what you do, you should absolutely join my email publication. Go to this URL, type it into a browser, drop in your name, your email address, maybe your phone number. I'll give you the goods. Not in the Facebook group, not in the YouTube channel, which means private coaching, private training, discounted training. It's an email publication. You get emails from me. So be aware, you need to know what gets underneath your skin. You need to know what agitates you. You need to know the types of things that will drive you up the wall. Me, I don't mind answering a few questions, but if you become an ask, A-S-K, an ask hole with me, like, oh my goodness. You know, in my mind, I'm like, tire kicker. In my mind, I'm like, annoying person. In my mind, I'm like, I don't know if I want to deal with this man or this woman. You got to know what your kryptonite is. You may be like, Scott, I don't care about any of this. I'll answer any question. Nope, nothing bothers me. Like, there's something that bothers you as a salesperson that's your kryptonite. There's something that you create sales sabotage on. It could be that you build too much rapport. It could be that you answer questions that aren't there. It could be that you talk over your closing process. What you need to know is, when you pay attention to these things, you catch them and you make a note. You're like, hey, do I do that? Is this me? Am I an asshole? Do I do all these things? Right? Be aware that there are items on your list, just like there's items on my list, that cause me a bunch of problems. They cause you a bunch of problems. Be aware of your sales kryptonite, because it is sales sabotage. You got one of three things to do from here. Just one of three. Find the subscribe button, click on it, and every time I send out a video, you'll get an update. 2, hit follow. 3, share this video with a friend. We'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.